10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Turkey sandwich, testing, T minus 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Turkey sandwich. Waiting on you, child. Waiting on you. Let me see how this music is. Yeah, it's a little too loud, LA. Can you turn down the music, man? I thought you had settings on your hearing aid, granddaddy, to turn the volume down. So while you all up in my room with your turbo boosted power bass beats hearing aid, I'm gonna declare that you turn it down. Cause I don't know how in the world, smack, you hearing me from way downstairs and I'm way up here, granddaddy, with my door closed, furthest room from everything, in the west wing like Beast from Beauty and the Beast. You got me in the west room of the family house, away from everybody else, because I'm the crazy one in the family, because I'm the black sheep of the family, because I'm the one y'all gotta keep an eye on. Turn your hearing aid down, granddaddy, and all is fine. I think that's mic test enough. Can we proceed with this show right here? I think that's a mic test enough. What's going on? My name is LA, pronounced like LA like the city. I'm not from there, but I'm breezy. Thank you all for coming in to this bonus video. Looks like we have some things to talk about today. Look like the radio world is falling apart again. Is it time for all the people who went into, quote, radio broadcasting and social media communications and telecrisis communications to going back to college and revamp their communications and broadcasting, WMBAs, bachelors and BBAs, and all the summa cum laude degrees that college folks say you have to make it in today's life? Is it time for y'all to drop down and get your eagle on and go back to a community college and polish up on your communication skills and radio skills, as the radio industry is getting ready to, if not already, implode on itself once again as the world changes? And it seems that some of the radio people are unable to keep up with the changing times, even though these are the radio podcasters telling us, hurry up, quickly, give me an answer. Calling up 54H2O, you on the line, what song you want to play? Oh, this me on the line, I didn't even know I was gonna get through. I've been on here waiting on the line for 5 hours. Yeah, dude, hurry up, tell me what song you want to play, hurry up. Oh, y'all got that new Ludacris? Dude, it's 2025, you mean to be telling me you've been on the line for like 17 years? Click up. Where do we begin? I know where we will begin. And we will begin with the doggone topic that's typed down here at the bottom. Let me scroll down here. It's getting hot already, and I know it's not my blood pressure. I'm too young to have pressure pills. Lord, I'm too young to have pressure pills. Pressure. Shouts out to Pressure, the imaginary artist on That's So Raven. It's the future. she can't see. That's so Raven. It was mysterious to her. Yeah. Let me get my tabs open up. Today we're going to solely talk about Charlemagne. Is it over? Is he gonna need to have to start over like Daltrey? It's not over. I try to do it right this time around. Let's start over. Is it over for Charlemagne? Charlemagne. Let me type this on in here real quick and say, what is going on with radio person Charlemagne? I can't say radio personality, but I'm going to say radio person. Radio person. Charlemagene. Now, Charlemagne, isn't that some type of alcohol? Chardonnay. We've got Chardonnay. Y'all, that just sounds like some type of wine. Moving forward. Now, for those of you who don't know, I guess I can rewind the clock back and get my Mrs. Potts Beauty and the Beast on and be like, tell as old as time. So I'm getting ready to rewind the clock back real quick and let all of y'all know for the one time, because we've got Gen Alphas and Gen Zs up in the heezy. So for those of y'all who need a brief abreasting, yeah, I made that word up. A brief abreasting to who in the world Charlemagne is. I'm getting ready to type it down in here and read it almost word for word on these 2 weeks before Christmas Day. Now, who is Charlemagne? Charlemagene. Charlemagne. Let's see here. The Charlemagene. Who is he? He. Who is he, dog? Is he a friend of mine? Who is he, dog? I can't take this ear no more. Dang, Michael Jackson, you're cussing. I guess somebody done made you mad. Shouts out to Michael Jackson, rest in peace. And please be advised, my cool peoples, when you are typing in who is Charlemagne, you're gonna get somebody don't look like him on the screen. We are not talking about former Holy Roman Emperor Charlemagne. We are talking about Charlemagne, the radio person or personality. Comma, who is he? Whew. All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, according to AI Overview, Charlemagne, the God-born Leonard Larry McLeavy.
Leonard Larry McLeavy, it's time for you to go to the office. Your mother called and said, dinner's in the oven.
Oh, you're so cool, Brewster. Okay, Charlemagne, the God. Why did he name himself that? Is it God with little cases? Let's just say from this going on, this Charlemagne with all little caps. Charlemagne, the God-born Leonard Larry I cannot even get McLeavy. Let's sound like, was it Michael William Crumb? Michael William Crumb from the movie Split. Is a highly influential American media personality, radio host, author, and producer, famous for his co-hosting the popular iHeartRadio show, The Breakfast Club, known for its candid discussions. For those of y'all who always hear the word candid thrown around, it is spelled C-A-N-D-I-D. Candid. Now that sounds like some urban slang to me. Candid mushed together. Candid and did. Moving forward, he has candid discussions on pop culture, politics, and social issues. Social issues, as well as his podcast, Brilliant Idiots. his best-selling books, and founding the Black Effect Podcast Network. He's known for his provocative interviews evolving from a, quote, shock jock, end quote, to a respected voice who tackles mental health and... What in the world? It's too early for these big old words, Charlemagne. The God, you're killing me. In your introductory descriptive rollout letter, you're putting words in here that I cannot pronounce. And the words of Tommy Sotomayor, don't let the English language beat you down. Well, every time I push the live stream button and go live, the English language is always beating a sister down. And unfortunately, the Caucasians being the back snicker. I told you black people can't read. Clara, get the popcorn. This is gonna be hilarious. As I stumble through trying to give you a cordial introduction to who Charlemagne the God is. You remember that pastor? That was like 2 or 3 years ago. He was a meme and everybody was talking about it. He was like, God, God. Like he was crying, God, God, God. And had the nerve to have a handkerchief. He was sweating, almost sweating as tough as James Brown. But James Brown ain't got nothing on nobody. When you talk about a performance, James Brown is the king of sweating. According to AI Overview, for all of you who do not know or need a refresher course / introductory course to who Charlemagne the God is, according to AI Overview, he is known for his provocative interviews, evolving from a, quote, shock jock to a respected voice who tackles mental health and social tension, y'all. I don't know how to say that word. So, oh gosh almighty. Societal topics. That's what it's gonna be. Societal topics with honesty. And with honesty, I will struggle to pronounce these words on the live. What's going on, Jay Brown? High five. Bam. How you doing? I am reintroducing to the world for those who don't know or those who need a refresher course before we dive right into whether or not Charlemagne is going to be gracing his presence all over the airwaves. Key aspects of his career: The Breakfast Club, books, Black Effect Podcast Network, evolution. Why would they say evolution like he on Beast, like he on an episode of Beast Wars? The evolution of Charlemagne. Dun, 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 dun.
And welcome back. My name is Wick Van Winkle, and we are here for the documentary of the evolution of Charlemagne the God. Welcome to season 1 of the evolution. What is he? Who is he? Where did he come from?
Dude, why would they say evolution, man? And then name origin. Let's go on back to the top right here. The Breakfast Club, a fixture in hip-hop and urban radio, where he is known for his, quote, donkey of the day. My people, come on up here.
You are the donkey of the day. You are the donkey of the day. Hee-haw, hee-haw.
Ah, thank you. My hired help. Moving forward, in reference to who Charlemagne the God is, books, author of Black Privilege, Shook One, and Get Honest or Die Lying. Well, good mercy. I like that title. I might have to pick that on up by way of Amazon Kindle Fire. I think I have some Amazon Kindle Fire points stocked up somewhere, so I can go on to cash them in and check out Charlemagne the God's Get Honest or Die Lying book that he wrote himself, sharing insights on success, anxiety, and authenticity. Now, I knew how to say that word. Pop your collar to that. The Black Effect Network. Oh, wait a second. Black Effect Podcast Network Launched with iHeartMedia, it featured numerous popular podcasts, making him a major podcast executive. Once upon a time, a long time ago, I was listening heavily to iHeartRadio, and on iHeartRadio is where I would listen to The Breakfast Club in the background on my cellular phone during trying times in my life. Evolution. He's publicly evolved from a controversial figure to a more introspective one. Really? Y'all think Charlemagne is more introspective now? Or is that a fancy schmancy way of saying that the folks he worked for told him to just be a little more quieter? I tell you, the rich people sure know how to use fancy schmancy words to make disciplinary actions and constructive criticism sound nice. But when it comes to us regular folks, they want to put your business on blast. Yeah, LA did have a spot on here with Ella on iHeartRadio, but we had to tell her to turn that down because she was being too black. Oh, okay. Okay. Fine. I see what type of time you on. When I become a somebody in your eyes, then you start using big old words to, correct me. Moving forward, just realize you're the same person who flies in the mothership. Oh! Well. Put my drink on the table, slam it down real hard. Bang! Every day we learn something new. Welcome to Allegra's Window. Yes, I am running the mothership on Wednesdays. I'm glad you were able to peep that out. Because if I was in LA, I would not have noticed. Because I come on so early in the morning. Brain haven't even thought about waking up. So for you to catch it in such a short time, you have skills. In reference to the Black Effect Podcast Network, it launched iHeartMedia. It featured numerous popular podcasts, making him a major podcast executive. Evolution. He's publicly evolved from a controversial figure to a more introspective one. Now, I'm stuck on introspective because to me, he speaks his mind. Moving forward, let me go and type this down on it here. Down home blues. Y'all a little slow on the draw with responding to y'all in these comments. We've got Evolution. He's publicly evolved from a controversial figure to a more introspective one, discussing his own struggles with anxiety and therapy, which has deepened his connection with the audience. Yes, he do believe in, mental health, and mental health is wealth. And he opened up a chapter in my life to give me a better, more descriptive way of talking about when your mind gets on this one train of thought. He calls it the racetrack of continuous thought. Teaches you how he got off that racetrack of one thought or being stuck in his head. So I thought that was a nice analogy. Instead of saying hamster wheel all the time, hamster wheel of thought. That's the one I grew up hearing. So to hear the racetrack of the same thoughts or whatever, or if your mind has too many thoughts going on at the same time, like a track field, how to slowly bring into the center lane and figure out how to get your behind off that course. So that really helped right there. So shouts out to you for that, Charlemagne. We've got here name origin. Charlemagne, quote, is inspired by the historical emperor, while, quote, the god, end quote, stems from his early association with the 5% nation. Now, we're going to keep on moving past that portion, but that is how Charlemagne got his name. As I was saying in the beginning of this live stream, if you were to type in who is Charlemagne, you're going to get a picture of somebody from the past. And that is who I believe he got his name from. Somebody from the past who once ruled or what have you. And then he just taxed on the the God portion, and hence Charlemagne the God. Here's why he's famous. It says Charlotte. Oh, come on, computer. Now you know good and well I wasn't ready for you to pull that up yet. Don't get ahead of me now. Don't start getting like these radio personalities rushing you off the line because you taking too long when you call in. Why he's famous. Charlemagne the God became a major voice driving national conversation, challenging celebrities and politicians, and fostering vulnerability, making him a significant cultural figure in music, media, and politics. We have a deep dive in AI, but I'm going to leave that tab open because now we kind of have a light touch on who Charlemagne is. I'll keep that tab open because right now I want to know what's going on with him. Right now, everybody wondering like, is he coming back or is it over? And if it's over, where is he going? Is he gonna start a YouTube channel like that one guy just did? We'll talk about his name, and that's no shade. I just don't have the tabs up to be talking about him because I'm trying to keep it focused on the one. What's going on? High five. Bam. Yo, I'm feeling good. I'm feeling great. Doing great. Feeling good. How are you? In the heezy. It is a grand morning, y'all. It is 10:02 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and this is my second win, meaning my second show of the DAY. I'm surprised I can spell D-A-Y, which is day, because I'm still trying to wake up. Oh, gravy train dog food. So I typed in AI overview. What is going on with radio person Charlemagne? Now, I'll have you know, I like to take notes. So when I get off into a tangent, to which I do quite often, I can look down in my notes. I could drop down and get my eagle on and get into my notes and see where in the Hades I done left off at. So let me type in what is going on with radio person Charlemagne. That's my question right there. What is going on? Y'all, I'm so thankful I still know how to write because I be typing all the time. I thought I was going to forget one day how to write. What is going on with radio person Charlemagne? CHARLEMAGNE. Who is ARL? Doggone it, girl. Get it together. All right, according to AI Overview, Charlemagne the God is currently in the news for his, here we go with that word again, evolving outspoken political commentary, feuding with, oh boy, Donald Trump, urging Democrats to concede to the government. This is not what I want to know. What I want to know is what's going on as far as is he coming back? Not all this stuff right here. Look at here. Oh, look at here. Shouts out to Bernie Mac. So let me open up yet another tab and say, what's going on? Like, is his contract, like, I'm put like with his contract. Let me be a little more precise. What's going on with Charlemagne the God, like with his contract? So that's what we'll go. What's going on with his contract? According to A Overview, it says Charlemagne the God's 5-year contract with iHeartMedia is reportedly nearing its end in December 25. Y'all, it's December right now. and there has been no public announcement of renewal. Recent news, however, confirms that the Breakfast Club video podcast will be moving exclusively to Netflix in early 2026 as part of a new iHeartMedia deal. Okay, I need to read that again, because when we were partying on the mothership yesterday with Baskethead while we were in space, I was trying to read what in the world was going on with Apple, and within that I started getting confused. And then for whatever reason, I think I started shifting over into the realm of Netflix and read about how many times Netflix done merged and how many corporation Netflix is gobbling up. They getting worse than Disney. Now, Disney was a beast gobbling up corporations. Now we have Netflix trying to eat up everybody. Watch out, Disney. Looks like you next. What's going on? Bam. Hello. So Charlemagne the God's 5-year contract with iHeartMedia is reportedly nearing its end in December 2025, and there has been no public announcement of renewal. Continuing on, according to AI Overview, it says here, recent news, however, confirms that the Breakfast Club video podcast will be moving exclusively to Netflix in early 2026 as part of a new iHeartMedia deal. Now, that's throwing me through a loop, because it's like, how in the world is a podcast going to a streaming service? A streaming service meaning Netflix. I know anything is possible with Barbie, because that's what Barbie told me as a child growing up. Anything is possible with Barbie. So all that, I know anything is possible, but it's the how. And what's throwing me off, it's too early in the day to be get thrown off. This morning on Freestyle Thursdays at 5 a.m. I was on, and what I was talking about Subway, and Subway serving salads. And still in this moment, it's like making my brain freeze up and just lock up on one of my hemispheres, because it's like, why is Subway selling salads? So right here, I'm getting a little shaky, because it's like, how is Netflix podcasting? That's just like Disney amalgamating with the county jail. How is this gonna work? It gives a whole new resignation. I know I'm saying my words wrong. Just let me go. Just let me be. How in the world does that compute? That's like, okay, Disney is merging with the county jail. Well, they're going to put a whole new meaning to It's a Small World after all. As I'm on here flirting this for myself. Current contract status. Charlemagne the God signed a 5-year extension with iHeartMedia in December 2020, a deal which is set to expire this month, December 2025. In a recent interview, he dodged questions about his plans for renewal. Charlemagne, are you coming back? It sure is nice out here. Charlemagne, are you coming back? Girl, those some bad heels. Next question. Charlemagne, are you coming back? Look up there. I thought I saw Superman. Oh, that's my time. Thank you, guys. God bless you. Good night. I'm Charlemagne the God. Peace. So, Charlemagne's been dodging questions on these interviews, according to AI Overview. Charlemagne the God has signed a 5-year extension to iHeartMedia in December 2020, a deal which is set to expire this month. In a recent interview, he dodged questions about his plans for renewal, stating he prefers not to discuss business publicly. But welcome to discuss everybody else's business publicly. So I guess you did learn well from OG Wendy Williams. Shouts out to Wendy Williams for teaching your understudy well, because he dodged that question. real good, right? Real quick. So shouts out to Wendy Williams. I'm rooting for your girl. Let's go, Wendy. Let's go. Continuing on. He dodged questions about his plans for renewal, stating he prefers not to discuss business publicly. This, combined with recent major shakeups in New York radio, has led to speculation about his future with the company and the Breakfast Club show. Like Squidward on the SpongeBob SquarePants episode, I think season 1. Somehow Patrick Star and SpongeBob ended up going into the future. And Squidward was in on the ride, even though he didn't want to be. And Squidward was like, future? I'm in the future? What's going on, Chile? Bam! How you doing? Welcome aboard. Let me put that in here. Chile, how you doing? Welcome in. I'm learning with everybody else. Although it seems like everybody else on YouTube have fully educated themselves on this topic about what's going on with Charlemagne. His contract is up, and at the top of the key while you're here, it says, recent news, however, confirms that the Breakfast Club podcast will be moving exclusively to Netflix in early 2026. Yes, the Breakfast Club podcast will be moving to Netflix next year. Now, how does a podcast be on Netflix? It sounds like a yellow cake chocolate frosting situation to me. It's right up there with Subway serving salads. It just don't make sense. And that's like Disney partnering up with the county jail. It just don't make sense. Must we merge everything together? Now that Walmart came into town and started making every place in one building a one-stop shop, it's like all these corporates want to do the same thing like Walmart. Well, I don't want everything to be a one-stop shop. It is over. And you know what that means? Netflix is going to be $135 dang on dollars a month probably. If all these big wigs coming over here to Netflix, Hollywood tearing up everything, and they running over to YouTube and everything else, changing the game. Yeah, it's going to be some trash. Meaning the price is going to go up for us. Yeah, that's a weird situation because when I turn on Netflix, all I want to see is movies and TV shows. I don't really want to see more options to choose from. I'm already overstimulated when I go to the anime section in Netflix, and it's thousands upon trillions of movies to choose from. Doom scrolling. That's what they call it, doom scrolling. I'm going to be up there doom scrolling through Netflix, burning through my time because it's too much to choose from. I'm never going to watch anything. This is not it. Netflix, this is not it. Nobody's going to watch nothing. Nobody going to be watching nobody. Didn't they say that in the Warriors? Nobody going to be messing with nobody. And nobody going to be watching nobody, and nobody going to be hearing nobody when this inevitable merger happened. According to AI Overview, current contract status, Charlemagne the God signed a 5-year extension with iHeartMedia in December 2020, a deal which is set to expire this month. No poop, Sherlock. In a recent interview, he dodged questions about his plans for renewal, stated he prefers not to discuss business publicly. This, combined with recent major shakeups in New York radio, has led to speculation about his future with the company and the Breakfast Club show. New Netflix deal. A significant new development is the recent announcement of an exclusive video podcast partnership with iHeartMedia and Netflix. This agreement means that we gonna pay more money. We gonna pay more money. We gonna pay more money. What else is there to say? There's nothing else to say. What's that group? There's nothing left to say. There's nothing to talk about. There's nothing left to say. I'm through. It's nothing left to say. Why should I care? Because we going to be paying them now. All we doing is paying for Charlemagne the gods and all these superstars. All we doing is help pay for their weekly checks or salaries. That's why the price is going to be going up, because we getting ready to pay for them. In my mind, that's what's about to happen. Video episodes of The Breakfast Club and over 15 other iHeartMedia podcasts will stream exclusively on Netflix starting in early 2026. Radio silence, radio goo-goo, radio gaga, radio silence. This gonna be whack. This gonna be WACK. The evolution of Netflix is turning into trash. Let me put some dumpster fires in the chat. Dumpster fire, man. It's going to be too much to choose from. I might have to go back to basic TV. So I have less to think about when I want to just veg out. Continuing on, according to AI Overview, new Netflix deal, they also have full video episodes will no longer be available on platforms like YouTube. Once again, Breakfast Club episodes will no longer be available on platforms like YouTube. YouTube, what you gonna do about it? That's what Cedric the Entertainer said. Was it at Barbershop 1? He's like, what you gonna do about it? What you gonna do now, YouTube, now that Breakfast Club is removing basically their catalog from YouTube and going over to Netflix? Just when you thought you had a handle on things, YouTube, in comes Netflix. In comes Netflix. iHeartMedia will retain all audio rights, and the audio versions of the podcast will continue to be available on iHeartRadio and other audio platforms. We're getting the Browns package. I know in the Olympics there's small, medium, and large. You know what I mean? Brown, silver, and gold. We gonna get the bottom basic package because ain't nobody got time for that. Times is hard. You think I'm getting ready to be busting my budget just to go on a higher level of Netflix? Netflix, you got to have some type of contest out here so we can win the gold package of Netflix for a year if we enter a contest or do something to promote y'all, because I'm not paying no $130,000 a year for some Netflix. While this new deal secures a major streaming platform and Netflix pockets, they didn't say that, I just added that in there. I know that's right. It does not clarify if Charlemagne himself has signed a personal contract extension to remain a host on the show beyond December 25. What difference does it make? The Breakfast Club getting ready to have their entire glory lifted up and resurrected into, exhumed and injected into Netflix. So whether he stay or not, he gonna be over there, albeit from previously recorded broadcasts, so he's still gonna be getting paid. We've got AI Overview Deep Dive. But before I get to the deep dive, I need to take a small break because Netflix, man, it's too much stuff changing, y'all. Look, I'm open for change, but not as fast as I turn the page on my Kindle, but not as fast as I turn the pages through a book. I mean, stuff is changing like every second. Oh, you know we gonna miss something. Do you think it's over for your boy Shar? 55% of y'all said yes. Y'all think it's over for him. 0% said no, and 45% said he gonna bounce into something else. Yeah, he gonna bank him, bounce into something else. Yeah, I know that for sure. I don't think it's over for him. I think he just gonna cascade and skate on somewhere else. He do seem to have his ducks in the row, meaning like not just solely lying on one stream of income. Like your rich folks like to say, yeah, I'm rich and I got multiple streams of income, unlike you peasants who be listening to us going to work, doing the 9 to 5 while we living the dream, working for ourselves with multiple streams of income. Someday, one day soon, Simba, I too will have multiple streams of income. All of a sudden, I'm starting to get tired. Quickly, somebody get me a breakfast bagel. Quickly, somebody get me a breakfast bagel so I can carry on through this ever-changing winds of change. Radio's changing. KFC constantly changing their chicken recipe. McDonald's constantly pulling the McRib in and out of my life. Weather don't stay the same no more. It's too many changes. Well, I'm glad you can laugh at all this because the whole meaning of this platform is to just gather around the bonfire and just have a good time through it all. Because rich or not, we all stuck down in here on planet Earth together. High School Musical was right. We are all in this together. Y'all, my eyes are getting tired. My EYES eyes are getting tired from the weight of reading this truth. As of December 2025, Charlemagne the God is at a major transition point with his current contracts. iHeartMedia contract status. Charlemagne is currently nearing the end of a 5-year contract with iHeartMedia signed in late 2020, while some industry reports and social media speculation suggest his current term may conclude in early 2026. It don't matter. The end is near. Boom. The end is near. Boom. Don't even matter. He has recently avoided direct questions regarding the specific renewal date. According to AI Overview, continuing on, major new Netflix partnership on December 16th, which was just a couple of days away. A couple of days ago, y'all, just a McChicken away. On December 16th, 2025, it was announced that iHeartMedia and Netflix have signed an exclusive deal for video podcast under this agreement. Now, because I am currently reading in the deep dive overview, a lot of the information can become repetitive, but within the repetition of it all, AI Overview slides in key points. And one of those key points that is helping me piece it all together and not fall apart. Y'all cracking up right here. Not laughing, but cracking up because of the changes of the world. They're changing too fast. Y'all, I'm not even a grandmother yet. but I'm taking on the burden and the pain and the pressure of feeling like I can't keep up. I cannot keep up with the changes. I'm just gonna stay in my ways. No, grandmama, we love you. Don't stay in your ways. I don't know what else to do. I'll see you later, my sweet babies. Grandmama. No, I'm not gonna give in. I'm gonna fight the good fight all the way till the end. And it looks like the end is near in a good way, because this sliver of information has given me a ray of hope. It says exclusive deal for video podcast. So thinking of video podcast, on Spotify, I do have a small playlist on Spotify where I have some videos up there that play. They constitute as podcasts, but it's me talking like this, how I'm talking to y'all. So it's like it's me talking to y'all, but it's in video form, so it still can constitute as radio. Because check this, when I'm cleaning the house, doing my daily chores, I'm plugged into YouTube, and I cannot see the people on, but I am definitely listening to them. So to me, it's the same thing as radio. So I get it. If they're going to be about the visual aspect of it, I get it. But it's still going to throw me off when I see that podcast playlist roll through there. So I don't know how they're going to package this up and present it without me getting confused, thinking I'm going to watch a movie, but it's a doggone talk show. Like Wendy Williams, I get it, because it's a television set. It's a television set, and you can listen to Wendy Williams without actually having to look at the set. You can listen to her while you're cleaning the kitchen. Just turn the TV up higher. Top of the morning to you as well. High five. Bam. I'm up in here making sure I'm going to figure this all out before I get off the line today. In reference to this whole Netflix iHeartMedia merger situation going on, AI Overview continues. It says, major new Netflix partnership on December 16, 2025. It was announced that iHeartMedia and Netflix has signed an exclusive deal for a video podcast. Under this agreement, bullet point number 1462 reads, the Breakfast Club video episodes will stream exclusively on Netflix, and exclusively on Netflix is in bold to make sure I get it. Like I'm stupid or something.
Put it in bold. LA's reading to the public. We gotta make sure she understands.
Carry on AI Overview. Don't change a dang thing. Moving forward. Full video episodes will no longer be available on YouTube. Once again, full episodes of The Breakfast Club will no longer be available on YouTube. Fine, it'll give more space for small content creators to breathe. Get out of here. We didn't want you here no way. We didn't want you here no way. I don't want you. I don't want you. I don't want you no more. Shouts out to that woman who played Michael Jackson Mama on American Dream. The lady who played Tina, Angela Bassett, she sure did a good job in Michael Jackson American Dream. Continuing on, according to AI Overview, all audio episodes will remain available across current iHeartMedia platforms. Expansion and roles. Beyond his hosting duties, Charlemagne continues to hold executive positions as Chief Creative Officer of the Black Effect Podcast Network and Senior Creative Officer of Cultural Content at iHeartMedia. And lastly, according to AI Overview, recent comments reflecting on the new year, Charlemagne noted on social media that 2025 represents, quote, a year of completion. Well, I think the end of the year constitutes as a year of completion, whether we want to or not, for us all. I get tired of these hoity-toity, fancy-smancy radio people coming up here trying to talk all fancy and be so vague. Yeah, this gonna be a year completion for me. Yeah, and it's gonna be a year completion for me too, whether or not I want the year to come to an end. I cannot. I gotta read that all the way through. Recent comments. Reflecting on the new year, Charlemagne noted on social media that 2025 represents, quote, a year of completion, end quote, and, quote, a time for shedding, end quote. Old skin, signaling his enthusiasm for the next move to Netflix. Yes, for us all, it is a year of completion, as we are forced by no other option to be catapulted one way or another into 2026. And yes, regardless of whether we want to or not, we will be shedding old skins, because 2025 is over. It's old, tired, delayed, and almost through. And we march forward into the new year. Yawn. Netflix, I'm sorry and I'm sad. And while the big wigs gather around the forest fire, bonfire, dumpster fire, whatever fire of your choosing, as you watch me with popcorn from your high horses, incognito, so your views will never even count, but you were there watching me in the background, doing your fancy schmancy incognito stuff, watching this woman on here. They're like, oh, her pea brain peasant mind. She just doesn't know that the moves that we're making here are for the best for everyone. But she'll never know, because she's not rich like us. So, she's never gonna understand why these fancy schmancy people are so happy that we're merging with Netflix, and Netflix is taking on the helms of iHeartMedia and so on. They'll never get it. That's okay, Charles. They're so entertaining. Let's just let the sleepy dog lie. We need some type of entertainment while we bleed their pockets dry as we turn up the prices for Netflix next year. Y'all, make sure you take your cards off of recurring payments before the year rolls over, because you don't know how much the bill gonna be next year. They tell us anything nowadays. Tell us lies, tell us sweet little lies. So I encourage you, in this moment, go into your Netflix account and take off your card so it don't overcharge you $100,000 or $1,000 to supplement for the changes that will be happening next year. Hold your breath, hold your line, pause payments until further notice, until you see exactly how much they're going to be charging you come next year. Did I answer everything? So regardless of what the survey says, do y'all think it's over for your boy Charlemagne? 50% said yes, 7% said no, and 43% said he gonna bounce into something else. And I definitely agree. Regardless, he's gonna be all right. He's going to bounce into something else because he doesn't have his eggs all in one basket. Just a moment as I check a couple of things out. I want to make sure I touched on everything regarding this specific topic. And before I leave, I want to make sure I have answered all of my questions regarding this. And then I will move on. I do have a small playlist that is slowly building in reference to Breakfast Club reviews. The playlist should pop up in your what do you call that? Y'all was about to say Norder track. I guess that's the Lord's way of telling me I need to start working on my cardio. Norder track. Doggone it, girl. Y'all should see my Breakfast Club playlist rolling in your timeline sometime today. Hello, how are you doing? Thank you for coming in. Currently, I'm going through my notes to make sure I have touched on everything in reference to this whole Charlemagne the God contract being over, and what is he going to do? Where is he going to go from here? Let me see. Are we done the deep dive overview? What role will Charlemagne have with the Breakfast Club on Netflix beyond hosting? That's a good question. So there's 3 questions after the deep dive overview that I see up here. So what I'm going to do is read them out loud and see which one I want to read. So what role will Charlemagne have with the Breakfast Club on Netflix beyond hosting? Any other major changes expected for the Breakfast Club in 2026? That's a good question. What are some of the other podcasts included in the Netflix deal? I'm not going to read that. So I'll start with the first question because I'm curious as well. Y'all, there's so many changes happening throughout the entire world. I'm up here wondering, when is Thanksgiving coming back? We just finished Thanksgiving, but as fast as things are going, y'all need to start preparing for Thanksgiving today. Start putting some change aside. If you celebrate Thanksgiving like that, start putting some change aside right now so y'all can be ready for Thanksgiving next year, because the way things are going, they so unpredictable. So try to roll with me, baby, baby. What's going on, Jamie Foxx? Is you gonna come out with another album? What's going on? It's been a long time. You haven't been on any of the Fantastic Voyages with us, the intentionally really long live stream show with Baskethead. How are you and your pet doing? Your pet dog doing? What's going on? Alvin Chill. Last time he was on the mothership, they dropped him off outside of the ship and had him floating around in space. It was a sad day for us all. How are you doing? Let me put this in here. Hello there. So I have here, what role will Charlemagne have with the Breakfast? Well, I didn't push this. I didn't type this. But there were 3 questions preset, and one of the preset questions that caught my attention was this one. What role will Charlemagne have with the Breakfast Club on Netflix beyond hosting? In addition to his role as host, Charlemagne the God's move to Netflix in early 2026 reinforces his position as a central figure in the platform's broader push into unscripted and, quote, political adjacent, end quote, cultural discourse. Oh, they won't get serious now. Y'all won't get serious. Y'all ready for some change now? Now that your pockets lined up, you feel comfortable enough to start speaking your mind. So just in case they stop reneging on the contracts because you done said too much, you gonna be alright. Fine. Beyond hosting the Breakfast Club, Charlemagne's involvement includes content strategy and, quote, cultural anchor, executive leadership at iHeartMedia, and ownership and branding. Political social discourse. Y'all, that's a long rap sheet. So I'm gonna take my time and read through all this so I can just learn. I just got to learn. Yup, no, I'm not gonna be on tomorrow. Your boy back by Popular. The man Hercules the Shark is gonna be on tomorrow. Hercules the Shark will be on at 5 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So let me type that in here. Hercules the Shark gonna be on tomorrow. Be on tomorrow. TOMORROW at 5 a.m. ET time. So we have here, beyond hosting the Breakfast Club, Charlemagne's involvement includes content strategy and cultural anchor. Cultural anchor is in quotations. Industry analysis describes Charlemagne as being the, quote, center of the conversation, end quote, for Netflix strategy to compete with YouTube's dominance. Why must everything turn into a competition? Aren't you guys happy in your own lane? It's like y'all just never can be happy with being great on your own. You want more and more and more and want to be better than everybody else. Now we gonna be paying for it when the subscriptions go up higher. Boy, I tell you. Once again, industry analysis describes Charlemagne as being at the, quote, center of the conversation, end quote, for Netflix strategy to compete with YouTube's dominance in the video podcast space. His show is positioned as a primary vehicle for Netflix to enter typical daily talk and cultural programming. Executive leadership at iHeartMedia, Charlemagne remains the senior creative officer of cultural content at iHeartMedia. In this capacity, he continues to oversee the creative direction and cultural relevance of the programming that iHeart produces, which now includes the high-profile video distribution through Netflix. Once again, in reference to the video distribution of it all I can pinpoint that to and wrap my head around, it's just going to be like Spotify, where people call them, they're called podcasts, but you'll be able to see them in real time acting. Because, I mean, after all, it's a lot of talking. And why not just convert that over into a podcast and transfer it over to as talk radio and blah, 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 yaggity smaggity. Hey, what's going on? Let me say hi to you too. So as I read more, the more I learn. The more I read, the more I learn. And it's helping me kind of calm down a little bit. Far as this whole thing, I'm still not here for it, only because we're gonna be paying for it. That's it. If I'm going to be tightening my belt, it's surely not going to be so I can get the gold package of Netflix. I'm going to be tightening my belt so I can get more food. Hello? Where am I at? Y'all done lost my place fussing with Netflix. Ownership and branding. According to AI Overview, as a partial owner of his shows and the chief creative officer of the Black Effect Podcast Network, Charlemagne is instrumental in the business side of moving the Breakfast Club and other potentially affiliated properties into streaming video market. Political and social discourse. Because the Breakfast Club is a key stop for political figures and social activists, Charlemagne provides Netflix with a pathway into typical news adjacent content without the streamer having to commit to traditional news division. So if I'm understanding this correctly, going over to Netflix, they're a whole new world, the island of their own. So this will allow the podcast people such as Charlemagne the God, who talks like politics, and also Mark Lamont Hill, they can comfortably talk about politics under the safety net of the umbrella of the island of Netflix. So they don't have to worry about YouTube's policies. You cannot say that. You can't say that. You cannot say that. We're going to demonetize you. Flag, 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 flaggity, flag, flag, flaggity, flag. So when that I do get as well. You know, they can be more freer over there in the land of Netflix until Disney buys them, and then they're going to put the red tape cautionary restraints on there. But until further notice, it seems like for all the social media people and radio podcast personalities who do want to be a little more liberal in their speaking without getting banned, looks like going over to Netflix is the safe haven for now. Which I don't understand, because it's either we've got Patreon where folks are flocking over there, being free to roam and say everything, to cuss and fuss, unscripted and unfiltered and uncensored on Patreon, and we've got Netflix, tomato. So if I did have to choose between Patreon and Netflix, sister girl is gonna pick Netflix all day, because Netflix has more to offer. Even though I am a victim of doom scrolling, they still have more to offer opposed to multiple various subscriptions on Patreon. Count the cost. Now, I follow a lot of people on YouTube. And in the perfect world, if I had it like that, far as I'm money just falling out of the sky as a way to show support for all the people that I do follow on YouTube, I definitely will see if they had a on Patreon, and I will automatically have a separate card just to have automatic subscription be replenished, just to show my support. But I don't have it like that now. But just think, I follow a lot of YouTubers, so that's a lot of Patreon subscriptions coming off my card every month. Count the cost every year, that's will be twice as much as what I'm paying in the grand scheme of things, if versus $14.99 or $27 or probably even a $40 a month subscription on Netflix. So yes, counting the cost, paying the cost to be the boss, if I had to bite the bullet, I am going to pick Netflix over Patreon anytime, because it's just cheaper. But I don't want it to come down to that, because it's like my hand is being forced on entertainment, cheap entertainment. If y'all fussing about us Americans need to not live beyond our means, you're really making it hard for us not to live beyond our means, because the prices of cheap entertainment such as Netflix is going up. So you got to make that make sense. So it seems like Netflix is starting to be catered to the rich and wealthy. So I guess we stuck with Peacock and Tubi. Moving forward, once again, partnership ensures that while audio continues to be distributed via iHeartRadio, Charlemagne will serve as lead face for Netflix's new global video first podcast initiative. Once again, this is heavy right here. The partnership ensures that while audio continues to be distributed via iHeartRadio, Charlemagne will serve as a lead face for Netflix's new global video first podcast initiative. That's big. So Netflix, I know y'all listening. You got your people out there ear to the YouTube for figuring out what are they saying about us. So I hope you hear what I'm saying. And in my mind, you don't care, because if you can't afford us, you don't need us anyways. Are you guys on that type of attitude now? Do you not need us little people anymore? Or are you going to listen to what I'm saying? They talk about the evolution of Charlemagne. You want to talk about the evolution of Netflix. Is Netflix getting ready to turn into a corporate monster? Or is it the underdog that we're rooting for so Disney won't take everything? So I've just finished reading this question here that was prompted up for me to choose from. What role will Charlemagne have with the Breakfast Club on Netflix beyond hosting? I just read a slew of information that's helping me shape my mind to the changes that are inevitable. You know, I'm digesting this stuff the best way I can, and I'm fitting it into a frame of mind to help me understand what's really going on. So this big gigantic change that is happening won't seem like the Armageddon, but just a simple storm that's going to pass. Which, in fact, that's all it is, when you break it down like I did. So come next year, the Breakfast Club haul videos won't be available on YouTube. So you know how that goes. Get one person to lead the way, and it's a go. All the monkeys and zealots will follow. So thinking of that, I'm happy, because it's going to eventually free up space for us content creators, all small-time content creators, to have room to breathe and be seen more, because all the bigwigs and celebrities are going to be flocking down to Netflix, beating down their door, trying to get deals with them. Since it worked for Charlemagne the God, the rest will follow. So in the thing for that, I am very thankful for. I am turning my lemons into lemonade. So shouts out to Netflix as I'm trying to come full circle to be as open-minded with this new transition that's happening. Shouts out to Netflix for making a safe haven for these Hollywood celebrities to go so they can get out of our way. Our way meaning the YouTube content creators, so it can go back to being a space for us to just create, be free, have fun in our own lane, making content. And for those of us who have made YouTube partnership money off of it, it will allow us room to breathe. There is room for everyone, but sometimes the vault needs to be released so some people can go into another building. So I am resting with this transitional change that's happening right now, and I'm feeling all right about it now. I just don't like that the prices are going to go up. Why should we have to pay for you guys ushering in celebrities? That seems like something you guys should have to fix on the back end, not us. Or do you think you're doing us a service by ushering in celebrities on the Netflix platform? So we should be happy and willing to shell out a couple of few dollars more because of that. This can go both ways. So let's compromise. Before Jane made the word popular on Stranger Things, let's compromise and split the price that's going to go up next year. Let's cut it in half. So let's say it went up $7. Let's slice that $7 into $3.50 at least. To show that you do care, then maybe we'll get somewhere. Because you guys will get that back 1,000-fold, I tell you. What are other video podcasts coming to Netflix? That question reads weird. What are other video podcasts coming to Netflix? How's Netflix movie affecting other streaming services? And the last question, how might Charlemagne's role change as senior creative officer? So out of the two questions, I'm determining whether I want to read what are other video podcasts coming to Netflix. I want to read that one. What are other video podcasts coming to Netflix? And let me write that down too. What are other video podcasts coming to Netflix? Let's see. According to AI Overview, in the early 2006, Netflix will significantly expand its content by becoming the exclusive home for video versions of over 30 popular podcasts through major deals with iHeartMedia, Spotify, and Barstool Sports. Honey, the times are changing. iHeartMedia partnership, 15 plus shows. This deal brings some of the most downloaded podcasts in the world exclusively to Netflix for video streaming. It's funny how Disney missed this one when their hands are in everybody else's pockets and business. Disney missed this one. And I'm glad they did. The Breakfast Club, My Favorite Murder, Dear Chelsea, Joe and Jada, The Psychology of Your 20s. This is Impact, The Bobbycast, Educational Curiosity Series. Others, New Rory and Mal, 3 and Out with John Middlecoff and Buried Bones. So if New Rory and Mal is going over to iHeart, if the New Rory and Mal, according to AI Overview, is going over to Netflix, no wonder they probably had this barbecue blowout with Rory saying all these racially charged things. They needed to kick it into gear one final time before they sail over and bring those controversial numbers and energies that have not died down or dismantled over to Netflix to show that,
look, my precious, my new master. We've done the numbers. We've stirred up controversy. Please allow us on your Netflix platform. Oh, please bring us. We want to be just like Joe Budden podcast, but better.
What was that?
Please bring us on. I'll do anything.
Like the pig on Minecraft.
Closer, come closer. I'm not gonna hurt you. Sneak attack.
So that's the list of 15 plus shows that will significantly expand its content by becoming an exclusive home for video versions of over 30 popular podcasts through major deals with iHeartMedia, Spotify, and Barstool Sports. Thank you so much for your donation. High five. It will be used with wisdom, with the intent of maximizing the $100. Thank you so much for your donation. I'll put whether it's true or not, I'm still getting in the practice of thanking people who say they've given things, whether it's true or not, because one day this will be true. So why not get in the practice now? I will use it. There we go. So continuing on with AI Overview, Spotify and The Ringer, 16 shows. Netflix partnered with Spotify in October 2025 to bring a curated selection of video podcasts to its library. We've got the Bill Simmons podcast, The Rewatchables, The Zach Lowe Show, True Crime, and Lifestyle and Culture are also heading into the fold of Netflix. Not into the arms of sorrow, but into the arms of Netflix. That's okay. It's all right. It's all right. It's all right. It's all right. She moves in mysterious ways. As I was telling my cool peeps, I don't mind that because it's helping me get into the mental practice of when that day comes to say thank you, whether it's intended or not, to just say thank you. And to get in the mindset of whatever donation, big or small, I am going to spend it as wisely as possible. So regardless, thank you. We've got, did I read that already? Barstool Sports will have 3 shows that are transferring over to Netflix. Announced in December 2025, this partnership focuses on high engagement sports and manosphere content. We've got Pardon My Take, The Ryan Russillo Show, and Spittin' Chicklets. Excuse me. Key detail: under these exclusive agreements, the video versions of these shows will be removed from YouTube. Wow. And will only be available to watch on Netflix. Though only audio-only versions will remain on the standard platforms like iHeartRadio and Spotify. So, all of these shows that I just listed will be removed from the face of the earth of YouTube and packed over and launched into the orbit of Netflix. So, you only have a couple more days to download these videos. Moving forward, what did you just say, LA? Oh, it's gonna be a warm, sunny day today here, at 10:59 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, December 18th, 2025. We are at the run time of 1 hour 19 minutes on Elay TV platform. Welcome in all cool peeps to my bonus video. I have a playlist here for Breakfast Club, and I also have a playlist for Joe Budden Podcast. And once upon a time, I was covering TGIF Friday with all the cool peeps on there. But that show has unfortunately dismantled, so I don't cover that anymore. But once again, I cover TGIF once upon a time. And I like to do reviews for The Breakfast Club and Joe Budden Podcast. So take your pick. I like all three shows. So why would I subjugate myself to only reacting to one show? Shouts out to The Breakfast Club and Charlemagne the God for making a epic leap into social media history and digital history, solidifying yourself into the Guinness World Book of Records, according to me, of change makers and evolutionaries in the realm of social media digital evolution. Whether you may like them or not, this is history that will cement how things are going in the trajectory of Hollywood and all things entertainment-wise. Let me see here. Let me check out a couple things behind the scenes to see where I'm at. I know I feel rested now after I stayed on here until I got some type of resolve with this said topic. I feel all right about it. It's not like it's a change that is impactful as the government shutdown. You know, that was a hard pill to swallow, you know. But I'm making my peace with this. I'm coping with it. And what I've gathered out of this, for those of you who are just now coming in with this whole change, I'm happy because Netflix is taking all the big wigs off of YouTube and shoving them over on Netflix, thusly meaning it's going to make more breathing room for us smaller content creators to be seen, and to kind of go back a little bit in my mind to how YouTube used to be when it first started out. So in that notion, your girl is happy. I'm bracing for impact for how much the prices will be come next year in reference to the tiers of Netflix. Don't that sound like a soap opera? And next time on the tiers of Netflix. Hey, what's going on? Thank you for coming in. How you doing today? What time is it where you are? The time for me is a glorious 1:03 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, the sweet spot where you can go to McDonald's, aka Mickey D's, to my old fogies, and get you breakfast and dinner at the same dang time. That's the best time to go to McDonald's, where you can get you a breakfast muffin, breakfast biscuit, and a side of fries to go. Let me go to this survey and get ready to wrap things up like the Digi evolution. Let's wrap this up. Banana. No. Let's wrap this up. Do you think it's over for your boy Shaw? 50% said yes. 32% said he's gonna bounce into something else. And 18% said no. Yo, I think he just gonna bounce into something else. And this is before I got the news that he was gonna be going somewhere else. I knew he was gonna be all right. Now, for the rest of the staff, I think they will be too. Why would they do any cuts on the Breakfast Club and let go of the rest of the staff, especially if they're going to pull off videos from YouTube and go over to Netflix? Their presence is going to be needed. And the only thing they're talking about is Charlemagne's contract. They didn't say anything else about the other cast. They're just probably trying to figure out what they're going to do with him with what type of hat is he going to wear as he leads the charge for Netflix? Because to me, if I'm gathering this correctly, he's going to be the face of Netflix by way of podcast leadership, the pioneer. So why would they let him go? Because he's the pioneer of this. They'll need to at least keep him on for one full season to show these whippersnappers how to make it do what it do, and then transition the reins somewhere else. So are they talking like, a 6-year thing? Is this a month-to-month lease type of situation or what? Nonetheless, I think they all will be good, but that will be another video to talk about in reference to what is looking like for the collective vision. Yes, the collective vision of all the staff stars on The Breakfast Club. My name is LA, pronounced like LA, like the city. I'm not from there, but I'm breezy. Thank you guys so much for coming in. Tomorrow, your boy, back by popular demand, Hercules the Shark, will be coming on 5 a.m. Eastern Standard Time to gather around the fish tank, tap on the glass, and laugh at his pain. Who knows what in the world he got into while he was gone? I will see all you cool peeps on Monday on Morning Moo Monday Motivational Madness in my cow suit. This is my Friday. I love you all. Stay safe out there, and I will see you Monday. Bye-bye.